Wow, today has been something else in the news side thing to say, at least, everybody. And this is only the second upload of the day, bro. I must say. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to so LimitsCenter on YouTube, Lucas C. Allen 1018. And audio platforms, Lucas C. Allen Show, which is LimitsCenter podcast here Friday, March 20th of 2026. Yeah, a decent amount of stories discussed for tomorrow's LimitsCenter, man. My goodness. The Tony Storm news, it just sucks, honestly. Tony potentially buying a WWE in 2023. And obviously before he sold a TKO. Yeah. A lot of fucking discussion tomorrow, to say at least. And also your SmackDown review, but that probably is not going to be probably the thumbnail, honestly. So for God knows, knock on wood. Well, it's maybe the best show possible. We would regret saying that. I doubt it, though. What is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing today? I meant to say this on the previous podcast about Jade Cargill. How's your day doing, by the way, people? Let me know in the comments section how your day is going, to say at least. We got some 5 news topics to discuss here today. And probably see some rest for 5 news topics tomorrow, according to review, man. I know, your boy's busy. I know, people. Might even do an upload tonight, honestly. I don't know. Triple upload day, man, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out, man. We'll find out, bro, to say at least. Yes, you can tell I'm probably on some coffee too, by the way. I'm on a lot of coffee, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna discuss your topics today. Follow me on social media. So you say Zach Cyrus and Westwood Limits, and also Lucas Eon 1018. Watching today's podcast on YouTube, hit the like button to today's podcast. Hit the subscribe button, you've done so already. Turn the bell if you post notifications when it's up on this channel. And always, feel free to leave a comment to get my episode for your Friday, March 30th, March 20th of 2026. Watch on Spotify, the same thing, leave a comment, also a 5-star rating, be very nice as well, to say at least. So I can start today's podcast, man? Alright, let's get started with the topics discussing. Says WWE Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia considered doubtful at best Middle East conflict. Apparently, maybe the Iran stuff, maybe. I'm just gonna say that. Maybe Iran stuff with the war and shit I don't discuss at all, but still. It's affecting WWE television for PLEs and stuff, maybe. So Sibi, optimistic Bron Breakker could return before WrestleMania 42 and plan in place if cleared. We discussing that. Those in the Street Profits, Manchester Ford and Angelo Dawkins, have been discussed creatively, and WWE in return could be in the works. Be discussing that. Also, the woman we already mentioned at the top of the show before, honestly, before today. Jade Cargill, the reigning defending WWE Women's Champion, had a podcast earlier, by the way, if you just said it still. Says Rhea Ripley was not her first choice for WrestleMania 42 opponent. And neither my mind was, Jade, I'm not be honest. You discussing that. Sure, my cat, by the way, is a nasal polyp. Shit, I'm sorry, people. To finish off, Nikki Bella reveals that she and her sister Brie have signed 2-year contracts with the WWE. Just on today's podcast, glad you're joining me. These other content your Friday episode of LimitsCenter for your Friday, March 20th of 2026. On today's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Starting with, you guessed it, WWE Night of Champions 2026 in Saudi Arabia considered doubtful at best amid Middle East conflict. WWE's Night of Champions premium live event in Saudi Arabia is being viewed internally as unlikely to take place as planned, according to WrestleBall's radio on FightfulSelect.com. Sources in WWE described the June show as doubtful at best due to the ongoing conflicts across the Middle East region. The report noted that the situation could change, but this is the current assessment of the event's prospects. The report adds that a growing body of concern around WWE's Saudi Arabia schedule in 2026. I don't think they should run a Saudi show anymore this year. Obviously, they ran the Royal Rumble in 2026 in Saudi this year. I don't think she won any show in Saudi Arabia for a long ass time. Until at least a minimum the Saudi shit gets rectified, the Middle East stuff. Because why would you, granted, WWE loves doing this for some stupid reason, whether it's Vince McMahon or Triple H, doesn't fucking matter who's running, created this department. They are just, they can rant anything, and they think their shit don't stink. They basically will cross Saudi Arabia. But I think for their sake, they should not. For safety purposes. But will they? I don't know. Shall wait and find out. Now, I'll be honest, they need to relocate this to this premium live event, man. Or, anyways, not even do it at all. Maybe save it for, I don't know, Clash in Italy, or like the King and Queen of the Ring finals and stuff like that. Or unless they want to call it the King and Queen of the Ring, too. Maybe they want to do that. Or like the United States-based promotion, stuff like that, maybe. Make it around like in Indianapolis or something like that, or in New Orleans, Louisiana. Well, then again, they have money in the bank there in September, but still, you get the point. Maybe like, I don't know, Indianapolis. I don't know. I don't know what the Pacers Stadium, or Pacers Arena, or they fucking call that. I should know, because my team played my favorite Thunder. My favorite team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, played in the NBA Finals last year. I should know that, but still, I don't. So any final then the service is Saudi Arabia does not get the Night of Champions, paper, PLE, and stuff like that. Keep updating this going forward, if you ask me. Moving on to WWE optimistic Bron Breakker could return before WrestleMania 42 and plan in place if clear in general. There is optimism within WWE that Bron Breakker could return to action before WrestleMania 42. The plan already being in place for him if he receives medical clearance. According to WrestleVotes Radio on FightfulSelect.com, a source at WWE television this week expressed a sense of optimism about Breakker's timeline, suggesting that his return before WrestleMania 42 is a genuine possibility. The report noted that the WWE has planned a ready for return for Breakker should be cleared in time for the event, indicating that the company has not written him off of the WrestleMania 42 booking entirely, despite the injury. We're keeping him off television for an extended stretch of time, obviously. Now, I think he should come back. Because what was this Seth Rollins do at WrestleMania? So that's me a plan, obviously. If Rollins and Breakker, if Breakker's clear by then, you can see it from you can see it already. But still, I'm waiting to find out if he is clear by then. I don't know if it'll be clear or not. I really don't. I hope he is by the time, because I don't want to do what Rollins at WrestleMania is at all. I don't know. Because by the division we occupy with the Usos, probably, for the World Tag Team titles, and obviously Brock Lesnar's occupied with Boba Fett. So I don't know what to do with Rollins if Breakker's not on the card. So I'm hoping he's honestly on the card, man. So hopefully you see him okay. Hope to see him back on Monday Night Raw to say at least. With television is better with Bron Breakker on it. It really is. You could also tease like a Breakker and Reigns match, but then Reigns is obviously wrestling CM Punk at WrestleMania, and the main event night too, probably, for the World Heavyweight Championship, but still. I shall keep you updated when Bron Breakker nearly comes back to WWE eventually, going forward in the LimitsCenter to say at least. Moving on to the Street Profits, have discussed creatively in WWE, and return could be in the works. The Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, could be heading back to WWE television very soon. Or WrestleVotes Radio on FightfulSelect.com. A lot of WrestleVotes Radio reports on this podcast today. Reporting that the team has been discussed creatively and a return may be in the works. According to the report, sources indicate that the return to television has been discussed, though it was not made clear whether that would happen before or after WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, Nevada, on April 18th and April 19th. The lack of specific timeline leaves open the possibility that the duo could return as a part of WrestleMania build-up, or if their comeback would be saved for the event following WrestleMania 42 and instead at least a refresh, like the Raw or SmackDown after WrestleMania. Which honestly I think they should wait it off then, because what are we doing with the World WWE Tag Team titles on SmackDown anyways? Nobody cares to see MFT versus the Wyatt Six at WrestleMania. I'm sorry. Nobody fucking cares. The Wyatt Six have been botched really beyond belief, and it's sad at this rate. It really is sad. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. So in that case, you might as well leave the World WWE Tag Team titles on WrestleMania. Leave this one tag team title as the World Tag Team titles on Raw, Usos, and Division. You don't think that's the end at all either. I don't think any of these tag team matches, these divisions on men's side, deserving a WrestleMania spot. I think the women's tag team titles deserve a better WrestleMania spot than both men's divisions on Raw and SmackDown. It is that bad. It is that bad. So when you find out then the sales, you see the Street Profits, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins back on television. And Daniel, what are they going to do at the tag team again? When they went back to titles from whoever, the MFTs or the United States, doesn't freaking matter. Who knows? Maybe it'll be Damian Priest and R-Truth. God, I don't want to ever pitch that again. I'll watch that become reality. God forbid, honestly, knock on wood. I don't know, man. We need to find out. Keep up there in the street preppers and then come back to WWE television going forward if you ask me. On to a woman that I actually love in professional wrestling, unlike her haters online, Jade Cargill. I actually had a podcast earlier on Jade Cargill, so check it out. It's available on YouTube and Spotify to say at least. I know I discussed basically a discussion podcast and published on the audio section, but I don't know, man. I'm going to post all my audio shit now. I'm going to post all my audio stuff. Obviously, audio standard format podcast, so why the fuck not? That's just me, though, my perspective for sure. But anyway, trying to get back to standard programming here, Jade Cargill, the reigning defending WWE Women's Champion, says Rhea Ripley was not her first choice for WrestleMania 42 opponent. Gee, you don't say, Jade. I don't think anybody wanted this match to happen. But then again, it's a star power match on paper, don't get me wrong. But just to me, it's not the right decision to make. Yeah, I'm saying it's the year 2026. I want this woman to go out for a championship, being Charlotte Flair. I'd rather her face Jade than Rhea Ripley. It just makes the more sense with Jade defeating Charlotte. I'm not saying Charlotte should win the championship, but I should Rhea either. Not Rhea either. I don't know. We find out, man. Shall I get started with this report here, though, or this news article? Jade Cargill has revealed that she expected to face Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 42. What did I just fucking tell you, people? What did I just tell you, bro? I just literally said something Charlotte, and look at this, honestly. Not Rhea Ripley, which considers a match between the two be a specific money-making match opportunity, which I do think that's the case for both matches, Jade and Rhea, and also Charlotte and Rhea. I think Charlotte and Rhea is more a better match, to be honestly, but still. Speaking on complex scraps, that's what you report, honestly, with the matches she wanted to face, the more the podcast ago, so there you go. Cargill was asked about the opponents she had envisioned for a WrestleMania match as defending champion, as the WWE Women's Champion. She said that Ripley was on her list, but not at the very top of the match. She was actively anticipating heading into the WrestleMania season this year. The opponent I thought I was going to face in May was the likes of Charlotte Flair, Cargill said. We have been teasing it for so long. Hey, he's been teasing her staring at the championship there, Charlotte. And obviously those two are staring at each other, so they tease it from each other. That's why I think it makes no sense for Rhea and Jade. They teased Charlotte and Jade for, like, since basically Jade debuted in WWE. And they're not even going to pull through it this year at WrestleMania with no Bianca Belair on this card? Because Rhea Ripley's got to be in a championship match? Whatever, dude. Whatever. We have been teasing it for so long, and I think that is a money-making match. She is a queen, and I am as well. Which is both true, honestly. I think they're both gorgeous women, but still, they're two good wrestlers, too, especially Charlotte. I think we have such similar aspects sometimes that is more of who is really that queen. I did not really book Rhea as being the person I would face at Mania in my match this year. Cargill acknowledged Ripley's status as a primary talent while making clear she views herself as equally elite. Don't tell her haters that. She'll probably just dump down her throat for this freaking comment in general. Every time Jade speaks anything, or even Jade sneezes, right, they could fucking have an uproar. Look, I'm not joking. She is the top girl. She is the number one girl in that company currently. I don't know about that, Jade. I don't get why Rhea is the best in this company. That just makes no sense to me. Or like Io Sky, for example, or even like Bianca Belair, and she's back. Like Rhea Ripley's not even my top 5, honestly. She barely might make my top 5. I don't know. But anyways, back to standard program. I'm probably gonna Rhea Ripley fan quote tweet me, honestly, but still. She has placed in such high position, and I'm currently consented to reach a shop at the highest of heights within this company. Rhea was one of my dream matches that I wanted to have amongst others like Charlotte Flair. Despite the change her original expectations, Cargill said she is heading into WrestleMania 42 with full confidence. I am going to balls to the wall, Cargill said. I have learned from my mistakes in the past. Rhea has never seen someone like me. There you go. I don't think she needed to apologize. Has Rhea Ripley at all even apologized for the stuff she did? The answer is no. He's not one of us saying. You know, her Instagram shit, she's just posting shit on Instagram, it's tagging Jade and shit. Like, dude, I like Rhea, don't get me wrong. I'm actually Rhea Ripley fan. She's kind of overhated in this community, I really do. But to say, like, she doesn't need to apologize herself for the comments she made about Jade, I'm not saying Jade should not apologize either. They're both within the wrong. Like, dude, like, one has to apologize and the other one just gets to stay intact as their company favorite, obviously. You don't think that's true? I don't know what to fucking tell you people. Just look at what people like Jade would say. She didn't speak one iota of a lie. Because she went a tiny far in some other aspects of Rhea, sure. But she didn't speak any lies about politics in her way up to the top, Rhea Ripley. She really didn't. Jade did not lie about that. And I like Rhea. I'm just saying for his sake in general. But still. I mind us. I'm about how Jade and Rhea play. Not Jade and Rhea. I'd rather Jade and Charlotte be the match. That makes a lot of things less complicated, to me, honestly. Believe it or not, people. And plus, that's a better, like, match for Jade in general. Like, this match, I think Jade's gonna drop the title. I don't think that's necessary. Now, what do you Jade faders think of her? I don't care. She's got megastar. Speaking all, you look at that woman for just her look in general. You speak freaking superhero or megastar, obviously, like Bianca Belair did, and she still does, still to this day. I'm not saying she's the greatest pro wrestler. That's not what I'm saying, people. She fits like a glove in this company, in WWE more than AEW, honestly. But still, man, like, why are we just shitting on Jade for the sake of shitting on Jade, dude? I don't get it. Like I said earlier in today's podcast, to say at least. Go check that out. It's available on YouTube and Spotify, or audio platforms, to say at least. But for this, I didn't mind what Jade said here. I didn't mind it. She's not wrong. She was definitely not her first opponent. I don't blame her. When you compare, like, Charlotte Flair to Rhea Ripley, it's, like, not even close. I don't care how many championships Rhea had. Charlotte is the more legacy involved around Rhea. And that's great for Jade to beat for her. Not Rhea Ripley yet. I'm saying you can't do the match at all. I'm just saying this year was not the way to do it, obviously, for me. That's my thoughts on this for sure, if you ask me. And finally, we're for LimitsCenter for your Friday, March 20th of 2026. Nikki Bella, who I think is another woman who's overhated in this industry. I really do. Reveals that she and her sister Brie have signed 2-year contracts with the WWE. Contracts with WWE. Nikki Bella has revealed that she and Brie signed 2-year WWE contracts to the 2026 Royal Rumble and attend. Can't speak. For this to be her final wrestling deal before retirement. Speaking on Nikki and Brie's show, Nikki addressed the contract directly and made it clear that the next 2 years what it means to her. Just unquote, the contract we signed to 2-year deal starting Royal Rumble, let's say at least in 2026. Nikki said, and for you and me, and for you and I, the talks we've had what I know just where I'm at. That's it. That will be the end for me and you, for me and for us. Nikki expressed frustration at the differences in retirement treatment between male and female wrestlers and performers, which has got up in arms, obviously, in the IWC, obviously. They're freaking just like Jade Cargill, honestly. Anything Nikki speaks out of her mouth would be victimized by the IWC, obviously. Pointing that the recent send-offs given to John Cena and AJ Styles. For me, I don't think that you and I will ever get the last retirement moment like John got and AJ Styles got. Nikki said, let's be honest, the men get that right. I don't think that I will ever get that, but I would love to have that, end quote. I gotta be honest, though. John Cena did not have the greatest retirement final run. He really didn't. Styles I agree with her on. Styles had very good, like mini. It's like a 1 month retirement tour. Let's be real, people. He probably not even want a retirement tour like a Cena did for a full year. But still, I don't agree with the Cena comments. Like, Cena did not have a great retirement match. The match was great with Cena and Gunther. I'm not saying that, but the outcome just stinks. Just everyone talks about it more than the freaking match itself. So that I kind of agree with Nikki on to a point. But I agree with what she said about AJ, though, for sure. Despite the segment, Nikki said that she determined to make the final run as memorable as possible. I want to have some of my best matches, Nikki said. It's great to hear that, by the way. See her and Jade Cargill basically doing it eye to eye there, obviously. And I like to hear that, by the way. I want to have one fun, but I want to have an iconic moment where it's like I could look back and go, damn, that was great 2 years. We did it. I do not want to walk away with any what-ifs, because you don't ever want to see what-ifs, especially a lot of what-ifs in this day and age of wrestling history, but still. I want to look back at these past 2 years that we are about to create and be like, damn, girl, we did it. Nikki also pointed out that winning the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships is one of the final items on their bucket list, which is probably inevitable at WrestleMania probably this year. And said accomplishing it as mothers would carry particular significance. This was like the final thing, Nikki said. So when I'm like 60, 70, 80, and hopefully 90s, jeez, Nikki, don't make me feel old now. I mean, damn. Damn, girl, let's be honest. Sitting with Brie on the porch, wine testing, we could say, girl, we did that, we did Evolution, we did this, Tag Team Champs, but dang, do it as moms, nothing is better. It's definitely be a humongous moment for those two, honestly, too. I'll be honest, I'm a more fan of Nikki than I am Brie. Brie got a huge pop at the Rumble, though. I'll be honest, same thing with Nikki last year, previous year, 25. So I'll be honest with. And I'm a fan of Nikki. I always like Nikki. I think she's always a better wrestler than Brie. Obviously, that's just what I think. I like where Brie more of like when she was with Bryan, honestly. Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, obviously, in WWE and AEW. But still, man. I don't mind being a tag. As long as they stay in the tag division together, then fine, with Brie involved. If Nikki's a singles wrestler at times, then fine. But Brie's a singles wrestler, I don't know about that. But as a tag team, they're probably more likely to be a better the case for those two, honestly, to say at least. So I don't mind what she said. I don't even mind this comment she made about the men and women. Like, she's not wrong. Where do you see a women's retirement match booked like a Cena or a Styles or one or the other? Granted, so we can see about what you want about the Cena retirement match. I still hate that outcome to this day. But still. But at least he's got at least a great match with Gunther. Would you get that with Nikki or even Brie to a point? No, you probably won't. She didn't lie 1 ounce of an iota of a lie there. So why would you just jump down her throat because it's Nikki Bella? We got shit on Nikki Bella to say at least. That's just the IWC for you to pick and choose who to victimize and just tear apart in the IWC. That's fucked up shit if you ask me. But it does wrap up your LimitsCenter podcast for Friday, March 20th of 2026. Thank you all for watching LimitsCenter on YouTube, on all audio platforms, Lucas Neon Show and Lucas Neon Sanity on YouTube, which is LimitsCenter podcast for Friday, March 20th of 2026. Hopefully, knock on wood, I can get one more upload. I want to do one more upload, one more podcast. We're going to have to 3 podcasts in one day. Your boy is freaking crazy lunatic. And I even did a walk day, too, by the way. It's my therapy appointment. Yeah, I know I'm a crazy lunatic. I know. You can probably tell me I am, to say at least. And what that podcast will be, just have to stay tuned and wait and find out, people. See, and I don't even know yet. I want to do something more about my girl Mercedes Moné, obviously. Maybe I'll do that. But booking maybe her AEW return, maybe win the AEW Women's World Championship at All in London. And spoiler alert, Toni Storm will probably not be on that list. Because obviously she's out with an injury probably the rest of the year, at bare minimum. But until then, hear a freaking car blazing down my street like no tomorrow. As soon as I'm about to wrap up, bro. Unbelievable. Anyway, so until next time, it's just definitely be next time. Right, peace, love, I'm out here. Love y'all big time, to say it at least.